I'm non-Gibson, I'm a quantity surveyor and I work for William Hughes Civil Engineering Limited. Everything from estimating project costs, following the work through and then billing customers for work that we've undertaken. Most of the work that we price can be split into one of three main categories, which is labour, plant and materials. And basically you can split them down then to man hours and plant hours, the amount of machinery and the people that you need, and then obviously the different quantities of the various materials that you need as well. So they come together to form a price for the work. The main thing that I use daily is my computer. Excel spreadsheets are a godsend. And then when we go out on site, we do sometimes use measuring instruments such as a wheel, tapes and what have you. But to be honest, in this day and age, we don't tend to use that quite as much. But it does depend on the type of contract that you work on. It depends a lot on how it's been made up and how the bills and actually and everything else are prepared. I suppose you have to be quite organised. It's just being structured in the way that you're thinking, I suppose, and being able to split these things down into the various categories. So I think that's probably the main thing. Yeah, you can go into project management, quality assurance, and you can go into the management side of contracting really, of construction. So there's quite a bit of scope there really. After completing my GCSEs, I was quite unsure about what I wanted to do as a future career. But the one thing I was quite certain of was that I wanted to be a student. So I wanted to go to university to do a degree course in something or other. And I knew that I wanted to come home to Anglesey, so I looked into the type of work that I could do if I came home. And obviously with unemployment levels and what have you quite high, I looked to something that was quite familiar, which is the construction industry. And realised that by gaining a degree in quantity surveying, my chances of getting work when I qualified was quite high. I work from 8 o'clock in the morning till roughly about 5 o'clock in the evening. My day can vary quite a bit. I can sometimes be in the office all day, or I can sometimes be visiting site. Generally, it's preparing paperwork in the office, preparing bills, putting costs together, and generally when I go out on site, generally meeting with clients or with the construction personnel that we have on site and discussing with them how the work is going. Every day is quite different. So that's the main thing, I suppose, that you're not sat doing exactly the same thing day in, day out. And when it's nice weather, you can work your way around going out to site. When it's day like today and raining, you can stay indoors. So, and I suppose if you're the type of person who likes to travel, you can also take your work anywhere with you around the world. Since I've been working in the construction industry, I've definitely seen an increase in the amount of women that are in the industry as well. But no, I wouldn't say at all, there's any prejudice at all. And plus, what helps these days is that health and safety is so tight these days that every site has to have female toilets as well as male toilets. You can get steel toe caps with little heels on if you need to. So, you know, the industry is actually prepared for women now as well, and I think men are quite used to seeing women walking around on site these days. I definitely recommend the industry to anyone. There's plenty of opportunities out there, and from my experience, I've never seen an unemployed quantity surveyor either. So there's definitely a shortage out there of qualified surveyors. So I definitely encourage anyone to go into it. And especially, I think if you're Welsh speaking, there's definitely, from what we've found as a company here when trying to employ more professional people in the industry, there's definitely a lack of Welsh speaking professionals.